Now, men, the self-starter kit. Now, I'm on here to speak about something highly valuable. You do not want to fucking miss this, okay? Now, I was pondering on this on my run yesterday, okay? I had a marathon in Inverness. We got a new PB and we beat our time by about 25 minutes, okay? We came in at 3 minutes, 8 hours, 9 minutes, okay? But we're not on here to speak about this today. If you want to know more about that, head over to my Instagram, James Cameron _ coaching, and you'll be able to see a bit more about that, okay? But we're on here today to speak about the self-starter kit. Now, what I was pondering on yesterday during this run, because I was able to get myself into a high motivation and put fuel in my fire, right? But this is what I'm highly good at. And I've been good at this for a very, very long time because I can plant the right thoughts to my mind to get me moving and to take the correct action. Even when I do not feel like it, even when life is tough, which it has been in the past, but we continue to thrive, we continue to go on, and we continue to build into self-leaders and take life on, regardless on what's happening outside in the noisy world, okay? We stay calm, we stay cool, we stay collected, and we ignore anything and anyone who's not aligned with our vision, and we take action. We're relentless with it. This is what we're doing with our business, helping men like you. This is what we're doing with our boxing and with our character, okay? Now, the self-starter kit, as men, right, is vitally important to motivate yourself, right? But the type of motivation I'm talking about isn't you getting a quick hit of dopamine or a quick rush from going onto YouTube and watching a 5-minute YouTube video on motivation. The type of motivation I'm speaking about, right, is getting the work done regardless on how you feel. Is able to talk to yourself in a way where you're hyping yourself up, right? You're pumping yourself up in a calm state, right? You're able to say, right, James, I want to get X, Y, and Z done today, and you go and do it. You do it without complaining, without moaning. You do it with intention, with focus, and to be your fucking best. Not to be anyone else, right? But to overcome your old self. To beat your old times. To beat your old self and bring out the stronger, the more fulfilled identity, the man that you truly want to be. This is how we really step into our power as men. Now, the self-starter kit. Now, I pondered on this in my mind, okay, when I was doing this run, when I was able to run at higher speeds when my body was tired, and I was able to go through the trial and tribulations of the training for the boxing fights that we have coming up, and also the marathon as well, in life, okay? Because that's what this is all about. It's life. It's nothing to do with boxing. It's nothing to do with marathons. It's nothing to do with any success that you might have or that we might have. It's all about life, your development, how you stand up, how you conduct yourself, how you truly feel about you. And we fuck anyone and everything that's not aligned with us, okay? Because we've got to that point now where there is going to be people who are going to say stuff, who are going to try and hold you back. At the end of the day, men, they do not matter, okay? Now, the self-starter kit. We want to be self-efficient, okay? We want to be self-reliant. We want to be able to build our self-esteem, and we want to be able to build our self-confidence, okay? Now, let's start on self-esteem first. Men, you need to build yourself up because the world is not going to do it for you. If you conduct yourself and you feel like you're a loser, you don't feel like you deserve the best, the world will react and act to you in that way. But they don't care really deep down if you're walking around as a loser or a winner, right? You must build yourself up and be your own cheerleader and big yourself up. Speak to yourself well. Speak to yourself with high respect. Set out with high ambitions. Up here, you have to be more positive, okay? That's how we build up our self-esteem, right? Celebrate your wins. Reflect from your losses. Be good to yourself, okay? The next one, we want to be self-reliant. We have to be able to rely on ourselves. Man, full accountability is the first pillar, is the first door, is the first gate that you're going to have to walk through. Accountability is vital. We're going to have to be self-reliant to understand full accountability. What this means is relying on yourself, right? If you, again, know you have to go and start something or do something, follow through with your word. You want to be known as someone who gets the job done. And this means when you do not feel like it. You want to be self-reliant with yourself. Rely on yourself, vitally important, because when you rely on something out with yourself, right, you're diminishing yourself. You're dropping your potential down. You're constricting who you are as a man. Self-reliance, vitally important, right? The next one, self-image, right? Up here in your mind, build an identity that you want to walk in each and every day. Build the thought patterns of the man you truly want to be. How does he feel? How does he act? How does he conduct himself? You're going up against your old conditioning, day in and day out. You will make mistakes, right? But don't let that old conditioning pull you back into thinking that you don't deserve the success. It's vitally important. That self-image is important. Work on it every day. If you don't have a paragraph in precise, intricate detail of the man that you're stepping into, you're losing. And how do you know you're losing? Because you're operating from the same old record player, from your childhood, from past experiences, and without any reflection. It blows my fucking mind how many men do not reflect, right? If you do not reflect, you cannot change thought patterns. Therefore, you cannot have behavior change. A lot of men these days are walking around like zombies. Walking around like fucking zombies, just getting what they're given, thinking they cannot have more, be more, and do more, right? I've came from nothing and I'm building my business. I've developed this mindset of going after it, right? No one can take that away from me. If you strip everything away from me as of today, I'm still going to be working my arse off. I'm still going to be taking ruthless and relentless action on the man that I want to be. These are qualities that you cannot buy. You cannot go into the shop and just buy these, right? So that's why it's vitally important that you work on yourself right now, starting today with the self-starter kit. Self-esteem, self-reliance. These qualities, these focuses have to be of a high importance. Men, focus on the self-starter kit, right? And if you're in a position now where you're not getting results that you want, or you're procrastinating, or you just can't put fuel in your fire to really go after life, then what do you truly want? What it is do you truly want to accomplish? Do you know who it is that you want to be? Or are you just waking up, going after and doing the same old stuff, complaining, moaning why you're not where you want to be? How many more YouTube videos do you have to watch? You know there's certain things that you need to do right now, right? Be self-reliant. Go and do those things right now. Write out that paragraph of who you need to be. Write down your daily actions for the day. Write down your weekly goals. Be goal-orientated. Be direction focused. It's only you who can build this. It's only you who can supply this. And it's only you who can be this. Self-reliant, self-esteem, self-starter. Meaning you build and you start yourself. They all have a common thing linked with them. And it's accountability. Because no one is going to do the work for you. No one is here to move the mountains that you have to move. And that's the truth. Okay? So men, think about it. Apply the self-starter. Okay? And remember, this came to me during my run yesterday when my body was tired. My body was sore. And we were running because I was ambitious to beat my previous time. Not for anyone else, but for me. To prove to myself that the work that I'm doing is good enough. And we're on track. And it's working. The plan of action that we have is there. Right? That's the key. Development. Being better than you were yesterday. It's more than the training. It's more than the boxing. It's more than the business. This is life. Okay? You need to make it a key, and you need to make this development a priority. Not too many men are speaking on character development because not many two men know. Not many two men understand. Right? Hardly anyone's speaking about this. And I'll continue to speak about it. I'll continue to get my point across. I'll continue to speak my truth, regardless on what anyone else says. I don't care if you don't align with it. I know it's the truth because I've put in the hard miles. I've put in the hard hours. I've put in the work that you do not want to do. or they do not want to do. I've seen the things that you don't want to see, and I've put myself into positions that you don't want to be putting yourself into, because I'm a risk taker, okay? And I'll do this for a very long time until I get what I want, because we're building each and every day and we're seeing the results, man. And you need to understand that once you apply this self-starter and you focus on the self-kit, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your self-reliance, your self-image, then your life can change. But it's only going to come from you, okay? Focus on it, go after it, and take action and apply it. Do the work you have to do today. Stop putting it off and stop watching more YouTube videos. Take action.